This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh? Major.
What is it?
Why did the boss betray us?
Leave it alone, Snake.
But
We've been through this before. Besides, asking for reasons now won't change anything.
I thought I'd find out if I met her face to face. I thought for sure she'd tell me, but
Then you'll have to find your own answers.
by completing my mission,
Yes.
How are you guys doing? Just another update regarding the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake and the recent Xbox podcast with some interesting pieces of dialogue that gives us hope for the future of the MGS series. The release date, as you're all wondering, has yet not been confirmed, which is a bummer, but it's better being finished properly than it would be rushing the entire process. It's even been confirmed that the reason why Metal Gear Solid 3's remake is on the first of the list is because it's where the series all began, rather because of it being a favourite of the series, or so they say.
Yeah, and like you said, Metal Gear Solid 3 chronologically takes place before the other games in this series. Is that why you chose to make this game first rather than like Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2?
That's right, we stepped back and took a look at the story across the entire series, and we decided it made the most sense to start with MGS3, the origin of Big Boss, and where so many threads for the rest of the series stem from.
That's right, you heard it from the man himself say, and I quote, to start with MGS3, which to me sounds like the perfect quotation that definitely seems more than credible that more of these MGS remakes will become a reality given on the growing curiosity of this game. A game that captures real world events and storytelling and makes them come to life in this fantastic series that will never die out. I know the remakes haven't been confirmed in absolution, but one thing is for certain, given on the pieces of dialogue, it seems like they have got more planned in the future. It's highly doubtful that they're probably going to remake the MSX games, but boy would that be wonderful if they did. Let me know in the comments section down below, guys, what Metal Gear Solid game you'd love to see remade after Metal Gear Solid 3. It's also worth bringing to your attention too, when it comes to the audio, things are confirmed to sound a lot more crisp and refined on the ears, and some of the old voice actors have been brought back just to redo certain lines from the older gen audio that wasn't up to scratch. So with that being said, guys, there is no worries on that department because there is no different voice actors.
And 4, and Metal Gear Solid 3's like music and voice performances are iconic, whether it's like the theme song, David Hayter's gravelly voice that we all know, of course.
commencing virtuous mission now.
Were you able to work any magic with the original master recordings, or did you bring anyone back into the studio? And is there anything that you weren't able to do with the game back then that you can do with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater?
音声は当時の収録した音声を使わせていただいています。
We're using all the original voice performances, but there are some lines where characters teach you the controls that really don't match anymore. So we actually did get the original actors to re-record just those. Plus back then, 20 years ago, we actually had to compress the voice acting down a lot to fill all that audio. Today we aren't as limited. We don't have to compromise as much as on formats and compression, so we can actually have those performances in even higher quality.
Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
And we're aware that the character models are being developed in the Unreal 5 engine, and yes, whilst it isn't the Fox engine or any updated engine of its own that Konami owns, it still does look really impressive and the fidelity is really on point. The character models are also not motion captured neither. They are done by specialised hands to suit the original mannerisms of the characters within the beloved series, meaning that every character that you know and remember with how they behave will just be exactly the same as the original.
We're getting our look in this trailer, our first looks really at characters like Big Boss or Major Zero, and again, the fidelity is so much better now. It's really awesome to see. I went back and I was looking at old videos, and so I would just love to know like what the process was to make such a leap. Did you go back and look at did you look at later games in the series like MGS5, or did you look at original concept art or other source material in order to advance this facial animation so much?
One of the things people love about Metal Gear Solid are the characters like the boss. We had to leave all the nuances and touches that we like about these characters while carrying over their designs in a way that works for a contemporary title. We made countless improvements and updates to the character models in Delta to make sure that characters from MGS3 could be made detailed enough that they would fit right in if we stood them side by side with characters from, for example, MGS5. And I do want to highlight the improved facial animation details as well. We found that just facial capture wasn't enough to create the same kind of expressive performances people remember from the original cutscenes. So a lot of the expressions are fine-tuned by hand.
There's so many characters, I can't wait to see what they look like now.
So it's been quite a mission we've all been on since May 2023 when Delta got announced. We were never ever thought we would see this amazing game ever again. But with Noriaki Okamura and Kojima's whole team at work, I'm sure they will try to make Kojima-san proud and not let Konami take a big dump all over the series. But just to let you know, Big Boss is no longer called Naked Snake. Take what you will from this terrible interpreter in this piece of dialogue before I leave you.
It takes place in 1964, the Cold War, deep in the jungle. You play as a man who will one day become Big Boss, an agent codenamed Naked Snake.
What did he say?
Naked Snake.
I don't know about you guys, but that line was a little sus. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Please leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think about a new Metal Gear remake, and if there's any else in the series you'd love to be remade. And consider hitting that sub button, and thank you for helping me reach 4K subs, guys. It means a lot in this Metal Gear connection we all share. But anyway, guys, until we meet again.